Let us begin with the prayer. Tavu kathamritam tapta jivanam kuhi virilitam kalmashapam sravanamangalam srimadatam Vivekananda Bhuridajana. The last time, the Ramakrishna, a devotee with whom Bhagavan Ramakrishna was discussing, and he was telling about the God realization. So Sri Ramakrishna, he narrated that Brahman and Shakti are inseparable. Unless you accept Shakti, you will find the whole universe unreal. I, you, house, building and family, the world stands solely because the primordial energy stands behind it. Without giving up worldliness, a man cannot awaken his spiritual consciousness, nor can he realize God. The Ramakrishna, he immediately quoted from the Mahanirvan Tantra, and he was telling, Asmin dharme maheshi syat. Asmin dharme, in this religion means in this is a Tantra, Mahanirvan Tantra. The Shiva is telling to Parvati, that is Agama. When the Shiva is speaking, is Agama. When the Parvati, the Shakti is speaking, that is Nigama. These are the two, Agama and Nigama. Shiva is telling Asmin Dharma, in this Tantra, in this religion, Maheshi Syat, O Goddess, Satyavadi, the truthful, Jitendriya, self-control, Paramakara Nirato, and one who is devoted for the welfare of others, Nirvikara, unagitated, Sadashayava, always compassionate. So these are the qualities that one should have to realize God. So this is the present religion. This our Ramakrishna, he quoted. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna said, but these ideas must be assimilated. We quote from the scriptures, this is very important. Unless and until we assimilate the idea, it is of no use. The religion, wherever we go, in any religion, the most of the energy is spent on rituals without knowing the meaning of it. The more the complicated are the rituals and the grandeur and the music, and more we are attracted, more we go over there, we do not understand what all of this. So this is why Sri Ramakrishna is only in a small single sentence he is telling, these ideas must be assimilated. Then Sri Ramakrishna is telling, many people talk of Brahma-jnana, but their minds are always preoccupied with worldliness, house, buildings, money, name, sense pleasures. As long as you stand at the foot of the mountain, that is in Calcutta there is a octagonal monument, the mountain is there. So that monument, over that only, then so long you do see the horses, carriages, Englishmen, English women, because that was the place where all these Europeans used to live. They never allowed the Indians to visit that place, particularly the center position. But when you climb to its top, you behold the sky and the ocean stretching to infinity, then you do not enjoy the buildings, the carriage, the horses, the mane. They look like ants. Thakur has not visited our Chicago. So, whatever the highest building that day it was there in Calcutta, he is giving the reference. If you go on the top of it, from there, if you see, these are all small things. That means in the spiritual life, the more and more and more you go upward, the more towards God, more towards Brahman, and all these worldly things become tiny, small things. And you lose interest in that. But the main thing that you have to renounce. More you go up, you renounce the worldly things. Without the renunciation, nothing can be achieved. All such things as attachment to the world and enthusiasm disappear after the attainment of knowledge of Brahman. So this is very important. In 2015, in October, I am going to give my retreat on step-by-step instructions to realize Brahman. Now there is a lot of interest, and all are now one or two they have already written and they are reciting. Please come and give a discourse or a retreat on that subject to us, etc. Now step by step towards the Brahma Jnana. What is the first step? This. Renunciation. Without the renunciation, nothing can be achieved. And all things as attachment to the world and enthusiasm disappear after the attainment of knowledge of Brahman. Then comes the cessation of all passions. When the log burns, it makes a cracking noise and one sees the flame. But when the burning is over and only ash remains, then no more noise is heard. Similarly, only when the people are practicing the austerity, they are reading, they are reciting, they are visiting the temples, and so many things are going on, sound. But afterwards, when it is only burning, no cracking sound, only that fire is there. Brahma Jnana is just like that. Have you realized Brahman? Someone is asking. How do you know? How it is possible to tell you also? The moment someone says, I have realized Brahman, that means he has gone. The moment someone says, I have not realized Brahman, he is also misunderstood. So what is the Brahman? These are the qualities. The more you acquire those, nearer you come to God, the more you feel peace. See, if we read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, we get all the answers. What is God realization? What is Brahma Jnana? Peace. Maharshi Sarada Muni Devi also, she mentioned, if you want peace, then don't find fault with others. If you don't want peace, of course, you can do with an anxiety and all those things made. But the peace is the goal. And without the peace, the shanti, if I achieve, if I realize, if I claim that I am a Brahma Jnani, I have realized God, that is not any achievement. You may claim, you may say, you may declare, it doesn't matter at all, anything. So the nearer you come to God, the more you feel peace. Then he said, peace, 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 supreme peace. And that is why in our Shanti mantras, in all the Hindu scriptures, the last they will repeat, peace, 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That is the goal. And from all corners, from everything, you are free. So this is the peace. Then immediately, as it is owned, the speciality of Sri Ramakrishna, he is giving an example. The nearer you come to the Ganges, the more you feel its fullness. You will feel completely soothed when you plunge into the river. And that same thing we find here. From here, the more we are approaching towards the downtown Chicago, the more towards that lake, Michigan Lake, the more it is windy, the more it is cooler, because of the water and all this. Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example of Ganges. But the universe and its created beings and the 24 cosmic principles all exist because God exists. Without the God, nothing can. Nothing remains if God is eliminated. The number increases if you put many zeros after the figure 1. But the zeros do not have any value if the 1 is not there. Without the God, nothing remains. And here, God cannot be realized if there is the slightest attachment to the things of the world. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, God cannot be realized if there is the slightest attachment to the things of the world. Anything of this world, if we are attached to it, then we cannot realize God. Any small thing, little thing, but still, if we are attached to it, we are attracted, we just enjoy, it doesn't matter anything. But not the attachment. The moment you say, I cannot live without that, I must have that in my possession, attachment. But just you are going over here, seeing some things, visiting some of the Jew garden or beautiful gardens, no problem. You go, you see and enjoy it, that's not it. Attachment means you cannot live without that, you cannot part that. God cannot be realized if there is the slightest attachment to the things of the world. Why they ask us to do dana? Why every religion is teaching that you must do some donation, give some donation, practice dana. Why? Because they teach slowly to part with your very close things. In all the stories of the Christianity, Islam, this incident is there. God is appearing to the devotee and he is asking, sacrifice. What is most closest to you, dearest to you, sacrifice that to me. You know those stories. That means you should not have any attachment to anything. Now I can sacrifice anything to God because God is the only being. So here it says Shiva Samhita. The Shiva Samhita also is telling the same thing. Kamodayo viliyante jnanat eva na anyatha. Na cha anyatha. Abhavi sarvatatyana mamatatyam prakashati. When knowledge is dawned, all desire vanishes. Kama daya priliyanti. The kama, the desire, priliyanti, vanishes when jnanat. The moment there is a knowledge. What is that knowledge? The God is the only real thing, everything is unreal. So there never any desire. That is the beauty. The moment you know it is harmful, obviously you won't touch it. One of our Swami's was telling that if you have the diabetes, then only one exercise you must practice. What is that? The neck exercise. You have to say to any food given to you, no. You have to go on. healing your head from right to left, left to right. So no. If you can say that to a fool, so that similarly, unless and until you are understanding the problem, the knowledge has dawned, then only you can realize this. To kamodaya viliyante, all the desires that vanishes, jnana eva nachandata. Without the knowledge, you cannot be free from the desire. It is impossible to be free from that desire. Some desires will always be there unless and until knowledge is there. At the moment there is knowledge, pretending that I have realized, I acknowledge won't help. The real desire is totally absent. Happiness is there. That is the most beautiful thing. Happiness should be there. All these things are happening because of God. The development and the Sthavakaya Dharmasya. This time the God has come to establish the religion. And the God in the form of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna is establishing religion. How? Not by killing, abolishing, but by transforming. How he is transforming? He is sending his disciples, his people, everywhere. They are spreading the message of life, asking people through debate, through discussion, through songs, through the rituals, by writing articles, by selling books. So many different ways that knowledge is reaching every corner of the world. And people are attracted. This is nothing, only 100 years ago. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna passed away 1886. Swami Vivekananda established this the organization 1897. It's only 100 years we can say. And thousands and thousands of years, so many things have been accumulated in the minds of the people. In the name of religion, so much of superstitions, so much of narrowness. And that some people are there in the name of religion, they are utilizing their own, for their own benefit, utilizing religion. Some in the name of politics, some in the name of economy, some in the name of so many other things. So to remove those things, it will take time. But Swami Vivekananda is telling, look at the dawn. Only it is a dawn, even the sun has not come up. Even then so much of light everywhere. We didn't go to any people, but the Max Muller was attracted to these ideologies. And Roma Rula, Christopher Ishatmananda, they're all Europeans, Americans. We have not gone to them to convince them. We have not given them anything. Why they are so much attracted? So many people. They are reading books of Swami Vivekananda, even the Russians. They are reading those books. And they are really interested. One gentleman has written to me, I was not knowing about the Ma Sharadamani Devi. I used to read all Vedantic books. But now that I have got a book of Ma Sharadamani Devi, every page is so interesting. And the way she is talking, giving the instructions, excellent. I think this is the best book on religion. Now see how the mothers, in a simple way, entering into the heart of an American. So this is very, very interesting way. And now, if we are attached with this movement, a huge chariot is already started moving. We are only touching the rope, thinking that we are pulling. Not that. Chariot is going in its own way. We are only holding it and thinking we are dragging. Those who will be holding, touching that rope and helping this movement in any way possible are blessed. So that is what Swami Vivekananda said in a very clear terms. Otherwise, abhave sarvatattana motattam prakashati. Tattva. Tattva means the truth. What is the truth? God alone is there. So this truth, that will manifest, that will express within the heart when there is no other thoughts. If there is other thoughts are there, then never can come. God cannot be realized if there is the slightest attachment to the things of the world. God is realized as soon as the mind becomes free from attachment again and again. Because this is the truth. That's why he is again and again is telling, don't be attached. What is this attachment? Suppose I am very much attached to my property and to my name and fame and to my this and to my that. Will it continue? If I want to continue, the Prakriti is there. It will come and snatch it. I cannot hold it. I cannot keep it. It's going to go out from my hands. So why not give it when you have that capacity to give? So that is the best way. Understanding the truth that someday someone will take it away from me. Nothing is going to be me. Name, fame, nothing is going to be me. Who has the counting? Only some of the people, the statistics they are keeping, they may be keeping how many people has got the Nobel prizes and all that. Otherwise, general purposes, they never care. This year, some people have got the Nobel prize, all their names, pictures. We only see them. Majority of the people never care about them. Then afterwards, nothing. And even some of the greatest, the honor that the countries, that the states are giving, nobody knows about. So this is the way we have to discuss. We have to realize the truth. Whatever I have got, maybe the honor, maybe the money, maybe the physical beauty, maybe whatever, everything is going to go. So that's why attachment? When it is there, okay, no problem. When it is not there, I don't bother. So God is realized as soon as the mind becomes free from attachment. Whatever appears in the pure mind is the voice of God. So that is and what is the pure mind? Unselfish mind. Why unselfishness is purity? Swami Vivekananda is saying, because the moment I goes, like today one lady was asking me, what is Tyaga? We will be coming to that discussion. Sri Ramakrishna is raising the point. What is the Tyaga? The moment we can do the Tyaga, that very moment we become pure. And the pure mind is the voice of God. This is the beauty. That which is pure mind is also pure buddhi, and again is pure Atman. This is Sri Ramakrishna's words. The pure mind is the pure buddhi, and that is pure Atman. Now people think of Atman or Brahman something abstract, and they think God cannot be realized, and no one can realize it. Someone has written, is there any single soul in your order who has realized Brahman? Because he is not having the conception of Brahman. What is Brahman? Pure mind. So that is the reason. You go and look at the life of those people. Whole life is nothing but sacrifice. How they can sacrifice? Because they don't have selfish attitude, not even careful about their own body. Forget about the name, fame and other enjoyments. So if that is not the pure mind, then what is the pure mind? Even we are Hindus, and I can remember that I think 1972, 77, 78. That time there was a great flood all over. And we came to our headquarters, Belur North. We were all young novicians, brahmacharis. We went and touched the feet of the present President Swamiji, who was then in the second in charge of the administration. And with great devotion, we told Swamiji, we have come to attend the Durga Puja. He told, Durga Puja? You have come here to spend Durga Puja comfortably sitting before the image and singing the bhajan? When all the Durgas are dying over there, go to the villages and see the mothers are dying, children are dying, people are suffering because of the flood. And you like to take the comfort of sitting over here in the temple and puja, and after the puja you will take the prasad, and then you will take a nap, and then you feel that you are holy. Then our trucks were going out, all this big full of relief materials, and he stopped going, hey, and asked me, go and go to the relief. I told him, but the bag, carry with you. I had all the bag and baggages, everything. I was sitting on the top of the truck, going to relief. So that is the idea. Forget about yourself. What mukti? Don't care about that. Give everything at the sacrifice of the great God. And who is that great God? Living in every human being. Why human being? Because manifestation of God is more in the human being. Manifestation of God in every being, but the more in human being. That is why. So here Sri Ramakrishna is telling, free from the attachment. So this attachment comes through this pure mind, this pure thought, this compassion. If this is not purity, then what is purity? If a person can attain that purity, has he not attained the Brahman, the Atman? Swami Vivekananda was crying over here in America. He could not sleep on his bed. Why? Because he was thinking his own countrymen, thousands and millions of them, and he was thinking they cannot get a single bed to lie, a morsel of food to eat. How can I lie over here in this comfort? If this is not purity of heart, then what is purity of heart? And if the pure mind cannot realize God, who will realize God? So these are the answers, whether one has realized God or not, Atman or not, Brahman or not. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, God is realized as soon as the mind becomes free from attachment. Whatever appears in the pure mind is the voice of God. That which is pure mind is also the pure buddhi, that again is pure Atman. Because there is nothing pure but God. But in order to realize God, one must go beyond. This is very important. Dharma and adharma. Kali Brahma Jene Marma Dharma Dharma Shop Change. Ram Prasad is singing, Ram Prasad is telling. When I came to know that the Kali and the Brahman are nothing but the one, then I have left everything. Dharma and adharma. What is dharma and what is adharma? Everything is nothing but the purity and the pure God. So he is telling now, he is singing a wonderful song. I moon bedate jabi Kali kalpo durmule Chari phal kurai kari. Oh my mind, come along with me. I will take you to the wish-fulfilling tree that is Goddess Kali. Today is Tuesday, and Sri Ramakrishna told Narendra, Tuesday and Saturday is very good days. If you pray to Goddess Kali, whatever you will pray, that will be sanctioned, prayer will be answered. So here he is telling, oh my mind, come along with me. I will take you to the wish-fulfilling tree that is Goddess Kali. And there you will get four things. What is that? Chari phal pudai pali. Phal means the fruit. Chari means the four fruits. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. All the four things we will get over there. Only pravritti nivritti jaya, nivritti shangi. Jaya means the wife. And there they are having the two wives, you see. One is pravritti, attachment, and there is nivritti, detachment. Just in the way it is giving the expression. And you must accept the detachment. There are two wives of these, and here one is attachment and another is detachment. Pravritti and nivritti. Nivritti is shangi. And then Vivek name tar battery. Tattva katha thai shuddha. The wonderful way. Viveka, a discrimination, that is the son of nivritti. The son of nivritti mother is Viveka, discrimination. And go and ask that discrimination, that son, what is the truth? What is the ultimate? What is God? That is Tattva Katha. Ask him. Shuddhavi means ask him. This is a beautiful song. I moon vedate javi kali kalputurule chari phal pudai pavi pravritti nivritti jaya nivritti shangi lavi Ure Vivek name tar betare tattva katha tai shuddhavi I moon vedate javi. It was a very great song for me. When I joined in the Ramakrishna as a brahmachari, we used to learn this and hear from those. It's a wonderful way he's telling. And in the same thing we find in the Bhagavad Gita. Prajohati yada kaman sarvan parth manogatan atmannevatmana tushtam sthita pratyastadocchati. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 55 sloka, it says, who is a person who has realized God? And how I will know that he has realized God? Arjuna is asking this question to Bhagavan Krishna. And Bhagavan Krishna is giving the answer. Everything is there in our scriptures. How I will know one person that he has realized Brahman, the realized soul? How I will know? If he says, I have realized Brahman, anyone can say that. Then Sri Krishna is telling, Prajohati, Prakrishta Rupi. That means perfectly, 100%. Jahati, Tyaga, renunciation. When you see the person, 100% he has renounced Yada Kaman, all desires, Sarvan Parth Manogatan, from the mind, all desires he has sacrificed, given away. Atmannevatmanatishta. He is so happy within himself. Because if the Atman, with the soul, is very happy, Tushtam, Sthita Pratyastadocchati. He is Prajna, he is Buddhi, he is knowledge, his decision is perfect. Beyond little. When all the desires have been given up and the self finds joy in itself, then one becomes a person of steady wisdom. So that is called realization of Brahman. And this is the latter that afternoon when Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in his room, a few businessmen they came. One gentleman particularly, he came and he asked Sad, what is the way? How to realize God? Now also, if you go to Rajasthan and those places, if you go for paying the alms to any householder, they will give the alms, but before that they will ask traditionally, Swamiji, marg batao. Swamiji, marg batao. Marg means not that she or he is asking about some road. You have to tell him or her how to realize God. So look at it. Very ordinary people. But they are so conscious about that. Maybe that it has become a tradition. They will ask, then he will say, Bhagavan ko pujo. Then he will give the alms. And she knows that I have to worship God and this also. But this way the conversation goes. आप कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, कहाँ जाएंगे, क्या नाम है, पहले क्या करते थे, all these things they will never ask. There is also this type of complexity here. पूछो ज्ञान की बात. With jati and all those things, don't ask the swamis. The sannyasis, they will be asking to which caste you belong. Don't ask that. Which race you belong, which linguistic group you belong, don't ask. Only you ask, पूछो ज्ञान की बात. How they are teaching you? Because unnecessary is a wastage of time. Because you won't be there for long. So whatever you want to know immediately. पूछो ज्ञान की बात. This person has come, he has brought something for Bhagavan Ramakrishna. And traditionally asking, sir, what is the way? Now Bhagavan Ramakrishna, immediately he is giving the answer, a perfect answer. Ordinary devotees won't understand it. But those who have studied the scripture, clearly he is telling, there are only two ways. He is telling, there are two ways. One is the path of discrimination. The other is the path of devotion. The discrimination and devotion. These are the two paths. Now, jnana, bhakti. What about karma and dhyana? Swami Vivekananda, he introduced these two again separately. Karma, jnana, dhyana, bhakti, the four yogas. But actually, if we analyze, we find that within these two, other two are also there present. The dhyana means concentration, and karma means work. A devotee is working for God. Early morning they will get up and they will pluck the flowers and they will do this, they will cook, and so many work is there going on doing. And the discrimination also, he is also working in a different way. So the work and meditation is involved within this. The two main paths are there: path of discrimination, path of devotion. Discrimination means to know the distinction between the real and the unreal. It's very clear. Bhagavan Ramakrishna, he has not studied any scripture, but when he is talking, he is just talking like a very learned person. They will never find any fault in this. The thousands of people are there. Immediately they will point out, oh, this is not true, this is. You cannot argue because everything is so clear. What is discrimination? Discrimination, vichara. What is vichara? It says the real and the unreal. The real, and then it says God alone is the real, the permanent substance, all else is illusory and impermanent. So what is real? Real means permanent. And what is unreal? Impermanent. And now if we look, we see that Anitya Bhoga Vastuni. Now Shankaracharya, he is telling everything is, we see everything is nothing but temporary. Tad Vairagyam Jihasa. या दर्शन श्रवणादिभिः देहादि ब्रह्म पर्यन्ते अनित्ये भोगवस्तुनि. Desire to give up all transitory enjoyment ranging from this body to the Brahmahood, Brahma the creator. In the Hindu mythology, this Brahma is a creator, an ultimate. Even then, if you desire to be Brahma or Vishnu or Shiva, even then, as a personal God of that capacity, it's also temporary. Even then it will change. The Brahma is changing. So that's why he is telling the Brahma is also changing. Brahma, it's not Brahman, Brahma, Brahmahood. From this observation and instruction. So tad vairagyam jihasa. Jihasa means desire to renounce. Ya, those darshana sravanadivihi, something we have seen. So we like to give it away, and sravanadivihi, we have heard about it. We have not heard about we have not seen the swarga. Even if we have seen, we cannot remember now in this birth. So obviously, we have heard about swarga. And this heaven is also a temporary place. Whatever the merit we acquire, good things that we do, we go over there and then we spend all those time. Again, when our stock is exhausted, we come down. In the Upanishad also it is telling, after that you have to come back. But Upanishad is telling, Nakashya Prishtate Sukriti Anubhutve Imam Lokam Hinotaram Bhavishanti. Maybe this life or the below. So that is very, very important. Sravana Darshana. We have heard about so many wonderful things, but should not be attached to that. Some people will come and they always speak in such a beautiful way. Oh, you have not said that. And they will put your mind in such a way as if you don't go over there, your life is lost. Oh, at least there, you go and see the same thing everywhere. In any city, any country, you go the same scenario only. Because of the geographical changes, some of the changes, people are little changing on what to see. Some places are dirty, some places are clean. So that way, but they will superlative degree, they will use, oh, you have not gone there, oh my God. So that way only, then immediately desire comes to go over there. And to go, you have to accumulate money. And for money, so many things come. And here say, Tad Vairagyam. That is called Vairagyam. What is that Vairagyam? Jihasa. The desire to give up. Ya Darshana Sarvanadivihi. Those things which we have seen and we have heard of. Dehadi, from this body to Brahma. Brahma Paryanti. Anitya. They are all temporary. The Bhoga Vastuni. Those all things are nothing but for enjoyment. So I don't want anything. So that is why again this telling. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says, Abrahma Bhuvanam Loka. Abrahma, again that Brahma. Bhuvana, this earth. Abrahma Bhuvanam Loka. Punaravartino Arjuna. Again you have to come down. You have to take birth. You have to go in that circle. Mamupetya punarjanma na vidyate. But if you realize me, the God, then only you are free from the circle of birth and death. Abrahma bhuvanam loka punaravartina arjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanma na vidyate. In the same sloka, he is addressing Arjuna as Arjuna and Kaunteya, the son of Kunti. This Kunti developed great dispassion. Everything. When her sons, they captured the kingdom, they became the king. When the good days came for her, then also she denounced, no, this is the time for me to go retire to the forest and prepare for sannyasa. So that's why here Sri Krishna purposely addressing Arjuna as Kunti. Kunti Buddha. Kunti had that wonderful capacity. So unless and until that Vedanta is there, we won't be able to go. Sri Ramakrishna is telling that discrimination and renunciation. Discrimination means vichara and renunciation means tyaga. Renunciation means to have dispassion for the things of the world. Dispassion for the things of the world. That is called renunciation and dispassion. Then he has to say, but according to the path of devotion, God has attributes. To a devotee, Krishna is a spirit. His abode is a spirit. Everything about him is a spirit. But the devotee, the devotion. Because unless and until there is a personal God, because that devotee is asking, reveal yourself, you say, mention about two paths. What is the other path? Then the Sri Ramakrishna is answering, the path of bhakti, jealous love for God. Weep for God in solitude, with a restless soul, and ask Him to reveal Himself to you. Cry to your mother Shama, with a real cry of mine, and how can she hold herself from you? Dak dekhi mon dakar mato kemon Shama thakte pare. If you can really cry for Shama, the Kali, the goddess, then I challenge, she will surely come and reveal. She can never look back, she cannot stay away from that all. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, sir, what is the meaning of the worship of the personal God? He is asking very good questions. And what is the meaning of God without form or attitude? And Sri Ramakrishna is answering, as you recall your father by his photograph, so likewise the worship of the image reveals in a flash the nature of the reality. The same argument Swami Vivekananda also gave to an Indian king. We know that. The Vivekananda was also not believing the God in forms. So naturally, as because he was influenced by the Brahma Samaj, almost all the young people, they were, so Vivekananda also, Narayana, used to have argument with Sri Ramakrishna. But afterwards, when he learned all this, and when he was traveling in the Rajasthan, then one king, he asked this question to Swamiji. Why the Hindus they are worshipping the idols? Then Swamiji's answer was really very shocking. Immediately said, whose photo is this? Then the minister said, it is our king's photo. Bring it down and speak on this. How can we? Why? Because this is only a paper and a little bit of paint. In those days, people used to paint. This is a painting only, nothing. The king is here, the real king. But by seeing this image, this picture, we have same devotion and respect for the king. We cannot do this. Then Swamiji said, do you look at this, your people? How devoted they are to you? Only if you are seeing your picture on a paper, they are remembering you. As you are real, so the picture. Hindus also, by seeing the picture, by seeing the images, they remember not that particular cloth or paper or the clay or the stone, but the God herself. Sri Ramakrishna also answering this. As you recall your father by his photograph, so likewise the worship of the image reveals in a flash the nature of reality. Do you know what God with form is like? He is giving another example. Like bubbles rising on an expanse of water. So simple way, but solving the great problem. You just let the bubbles on the expanse of water. Various divine forms are seen to rise out of the great akasha of the consciousness. The incarnation of God is one of these forms. The prime energy spores, as it were, through the activities of the divine incarnation. What is there in mere scholarship? God can be attained by crying to Him with a longing heart. There is no need to know many things. Because many people without knowing will be just for curiosity, they will be going on putting questions, asking questions, but not very serious about getting the answer. When I went to New York, the one lady asked a question, and without waiting for the reply, she started talking with her friends. And then I had to draw her attention. You asked the question, at least you listen. So that way, most of the people are just like that. Put the question and then forget what you are. Then now it is the difficulty or the problem of the person to answer. Because yes, Ramakrishna is telling that only attainment of God, and that is possible by crying to Him with a longing heart. Look at it. Very simple. You need not to practice any austerity. You need not to have any kind of education. Only you have to have a very longing heart for God, even if you do not know how God is, but the longing for God is there, and you cry, then God will come. And these are not ordinary words, because it is uttered by God Himself. God can be attained by crying to Him with a longing heart. There is no need to know many things. He who is an acharya has to know different things. One needs a sword and shield to kill others, but to kill oneself, a needle or a nail knife, sufficient. If you want to realize God, you need not to know so many other things. But if you become an acharya and you are going for a discourse and going for a debate, you must know many other things. Otherwise, it is very difficult. So, that is the reason. One ultimately discover God is trying to know who this I is. Is this I the flesh, the bone, the blood, or the marrow? Is it the mind or the buddhi? Analyzing thus, you realize at least that you are none of these. This is called the process of neti neti. Every Sunday, by reciting that famous poem of Shankaracharya, we study that. Neti neti, mano buddha ahamkara chittani naham. I am not these, I am not these. One can neither comprehend nor touch the Atman. It is without qualities or attributes. But according to the path of devotion, God has attributes. To a devotee, Krishna is spirit. So, this is the today's study, and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in his inimitable way, in a so simple, explaining what is God and how to realize God. Thank you for coming, and let us offer pranam to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Drita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishna Shirasa Namah. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.